Hello there, everybody, and welcome to me, Fujit, and my channel, Fujit's Blitz. Hey, how's everybody doing? All five of you. Woohoo! We are here tonight for the opening PYS number 1. This is stage number 3. We are going out with Group 13. That happens to be Endgame's group. But they've got a buy, so we won't be going out until later. So let's have a look as the groupings stand. Well, this is Group 13, and as you can see, Endgame already into the semi-finals there. So we won't be picking that up until about an hour from now, to be perfectly honest with you. However, that doesn't mean to say that we haven't got plenty of action in store for you, because we do. We have lots, because we're still going to be streaming this group. Okay, now I don't know who I've got. I don't know if we're going out with PNSR. I don't know if we're going out with Rise, nor I don't know if we're going out with Ego. We will be going out with one of those teams. That is pretty straightforward. That's the way it's going to work. Now look, I am not the only person streaming today. Okay, there are lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of streamers, all in different languages. So let's have a look at who is streaming. So going into the, oh, that's the wrong button. Going into the tournaments, go down to current, third stage, streams. We have Aminette. She is streaming today. Now let me try and understand which group has got which, because there's lots. Okay, there are lots. So here we go with Aminette will be streaming group number 1. So group number 1 consists of Pink, 7CH, Win. Great team, Win. Oh, go Win. Oxygen, OGT, MXX, Oxygen, and ASTLS. So that's Aminette. She is streaming in English. Next up, we have Wild Ones Helper. So the links are all here. Wild Ones Helper is up next. He is streaming group number 2. That includes First Alliance, Turk Tank, SNRG, and Jokes. Those are the clans to keep your eye on. Next up, we have Rolling Swarm. He's all the way down in group 7, which is Raid. Raid and A1N1 are the 2 clans to keep your eye out for there, down in group 7. Without Every Good Name is taken, down in group 10. He has got APA, so all you guys out there, Polish supporters, APA are down in group 10, along with CHRD and the likes of that. Then we have 9-0. He is, all these are English streamers, by the way. 9-0 is all the way down near the bottom with me, but he's in group 12, I'm in group 13. So he has got BPS. Again, they have got a buy. So first and foremost, he has got Commerce, who we saw last night if you watch my stream, Zenith, and Imor. Imor and Zenith, they're the 2 clans to keep your eye on. Then we also have 4 other streamers in different languages. First, we have down in group 14, if those of you who speak Spanish, we have Robert85. He is also following a BPS team. I think that is the BPS second team. I think Spidrini is the first team. This is their second team. But in that grouping, he's also got Phoenix and the likes of that. Robert is in Spanish. Moving up back to I'll go to group 3 first. We have Manu. Now, Manu is in group 3. He is following the likes of Legion, Aptly, EQ, ASN. He is streaming in Italian. So all those Italian speakers out there, Manu is streaming in Italian. Then the last 2 streamers, both of whom are streaming in Russian, we have Ice Shot. He is looking after group 6, which has Prof, Lotus, T9HKI, Booty, MFG. I don't know if it's meant to be Topal, LFA, and TQT. And then all the way down in group 11, we have Ninja TV. I believe it's Ninja TV. He has got Serenity, along with 57's UNIQQ, Nerve, Ukto, and IKPA. So those are all the streamers. Those are all the groups. You will find them, as I said, in the game right there. They're all there, guys. So there's no excuses for not finding them. They're all in the game. So click on your favorite streamer or your favorite language or whatever, or your favorite team, and get over there and you'll get to see them. Obviously, we shall be going out very, very soon. In fact, I think the room is already up. Yes, it is. Time to find out who we have got. We have got PNSR and N1. So I'm just going to jump out because whilst I have a stream delay, and there is a stream delay, it's not 4 minutes. It's the minimum that we're allowed, and that's 3 minutes. That's to make sure that you guys aren't sat around waiting too much. So that's why we're doing that. Now the thing is, this one's going to be a bit longer than the other PYSs that we've seen, mainly because, I'll quickly jump in, these are best of 5, not best of 3. So PYS stage 1, number 1, stage 1 and stage 2, they were both best of 3. This one is best of 5. So it is the first to 3 victories, with the final, I believe, being best of 7. So it's going to be a bit more of intense, a bit of a longer stream today than we've seen so far in this tournament, and more importantly, it's going to be a bit more intense than what we've seen. Okay, guys, there is no codes for the PYSs. Okay, the only rewards that you get in the PYSs is the amazing gameplay from the clans and me, just me. I almost sounded like Gollum. Precious. Anyway, we are going out first and foremost on Mayan ruins. We will have Punisher on the north spawn and N1 on the south spawn. Now, I have to admit, I haven't streamed these two clans, so I'm not 100% certain who they are, so I'm going to have to go through them. So we have Candy Love Fan. He is potentially in a T100. We have AFK, wants RNG. He's in a Type 71 currently. We have Matik. He is in an AMX-50B. Sonic Ya Habibi. He is in a Type 71. Toxic Ya Habibi. He is also in potentially a Type 71. Then we have, I don't know how to say that. I don't know how to say that. I'm going to call him C. Sorry, I just don't know how to pronounce that. C is in a T100. And then Sectum is in a T100 as well, potentially. Moving over, there you go, Toxic Ya Habibi has changed to an AMX-50B. Moving over to N1, because I don't know them either, we have Fantic. Fantic is rolling out in a Type 71. Now this is going to get Turuk. I'm going to call you Turuk. He is in a Sheridan. Sukli. Sukli, I'm going to call you. Sukli is in a Type 71. No Mercy is in a Type 71. Diamond is in a Type 71. Fevil is in a Sheridan. And this one's going to be really difficult. I'm going to call you Pup, I hope you don't mind. And Pup is in a 60 TP. I'm going to be struggling with most of these names because I really don't know these two clans that well, to be honest with you. I haven't streamed any of them so far, and you know, bear with me. And guys, if I'm pronouncing anything incorrectly, by all means tell me in the YouTube chat so I can get it all sorted out. Worst thing is going around saying everything wrong, you know, it's just there. But don't worry, we'll still have some fun. Anyway, as I said, this is the quarterfinals of the third stage. We're going out of Group 13. Everything to play for. PYSs, by the way, guys, there are only four of them. This is previous skill number 1, and there are 3 stages per previous skill, but there's only 4 previous skills overall, and not everybody is going to get into that top 8, and not everybody is going to get into that top 16. So there are a lot of games to play, and the clans have got to make sure that they do particularly well to try and book those spots in the final placings. Anyway, we are here on Mayan ruins, rolling out with Punisher, sorry. I keep wanting to say Pincer, like NA. So it's going to be an interesting... It's always a great map, is Mayan Ruins. You normally get some aggro around in the centre near that B cap, which is really cool. Anyway, let's get up high into the back of the map. I'm expecting... Oh, they're not sending them out to the C cap. I expected those light tanks to be going to the C cap, but no, they're not. And it doesn't look like anybody's going to the B cap either. Let's just rotate quickly around the map as quickly as we possibly can and see what N1 are doing. Wow, N1, they've sent one tank down and the rest are going through the middle there, possibly overlooking that A and B cap here. Now, Diamond has been spotted already along with No Mercy, but Candy Love has also been spotted. He's in a light tank there, so those Type 71s are going to be looking to put as much pain into him as possible. Candy Love manages to get back. Sectum is trying to bring them around the corner. We're just going to leave that for the moment because there's a bit of a tussle going this way. AFK is feeling a bit of hurt there. So is Candy Love. N1 being very aggressive, trying to move through the middle area here and trying to do a pincer movement onto Punisher. Punisher moving around. Toxic Yawabibi in the 50B is trying to give some much needed relief to AFK. With Fantic there pushing down. However, Candy Love... Oh, Candy Love, down he goes. First blood goes to N1. And at this moment in time, we've got a sort of counter push coming on here with Matik coming in the other 50B, trying to put some pressure onto Pup and Fantic. But Pup is a pretty hefty 60 TP there, and they're looking for that ammo rack. Down goes Toxic Yawabibi. They've just lost 2 tanks. Oh, they've lost 3 tanks to the loss of 1 for N1. Now AFK 1 RNG and Sonic Yawabibi are looking to be in a little bit of a problem area here. Down goes Sonic. AFK is going to be heavily focused. There's nothing that C or Sectum can do about it. AFK here desperately trying to get the shots in, but he can't really fend off all these heavy tanks and he's just going to be pummeled. Diamond is pushing down onto those 2 lights just to keep them out of the equation, to stop them coming in and giving any relief whatsoever to the Type 71 there of AFK. AFK will go down. He's not going to survive that. And wowzers. Fantic goes down though, so does Diamond Shine, but Sectum is now realistically the last man standing. Nothing he can do about it. That Sheridan will be able to load up and put... Oh, he doesn't get a high roll. He manages to get taken out. It's 1 against 3, however. And the Type 71s and the 60 TP there will be able to finish him off. And no, it's not. Yes, it is. It's No Mercy. So, 1-0 to N1. Very aggressive move there, pushing right through the centre there on a pincer movement. And... kind of really catching poor old Punisher off guard. However, it is the first game. There's a long way to go. It's 1-0. They're by no means certain of progressing into the next stage at this moment. Punisher can turn it around. We're going to swap the spawn points here on Mayan Ruins. And this time we'll have Punisher on the south spawn, N1 on the north spawn. Looks like N1 are possibly bringing in... Oh, they have. They've changed it to a bat chat. So Batchat making a showing along with the VK72 there. Sheridan is still staying, or maybe not. Moving over to Punisher. Wow, we've now got a bit... We've dropped the AMX 50Bs and bringing in a WZ instead there, and potentially a 268. Don't know yet. They've still got over a minute to go, so we've got plenty of time before they pick their selection and their meta. But at the moment, Punisher will be... I keep wanting to say Pincer. I don't know why. I don't know why. Anyway, they will be looking to try and, crawl this back and take it to 1-1. However, they are going to be facing the raw aggression here of N1, to be honest. And they've come fighting straight out of the blocks. Let's be fair there. At the moment, we've got... Oh, no. We've got 2 VK72s. A bracing of Type 71s and a Sheridan on the N1 team. Moving over to Punisher. Well, at the moment they're still selecting. Looks like we've got double 113s. Again, 4 Type 71s and potential... Oh, an Object 140 is making a showing. So there we have it. Those are the lineups. Can Punisher turn it back? Can they take it to 1-1? It's not a decider. Don't forget that. This is best of 5, not best of 3. So they've still got 2 more games to play. The first 3 victories. So it's not out though. It is still double elimination, I believe. So it's not the end of the world, I don't think. I'll have to check though. Anyway, going up high this time, we've got Punisher. Well, Candy in the 140 is pushing out. He's going to have support from the 2 113s. He's pushing out towards that C cap. And the rest of the team looking for that middle area. They're not going down the A route. They're looking for that middle area, that B cap. They're anticipating that the VKs are going to be overlooking. And as you can see here, N1 using their Sheridan to try and get fast into that A cap. With the Type 71's a Fantic here, pushing around, thinking that they're going to catch him off guard. No Mercy, however, is going to be able to probably take that B cap on restricted, and he has. So they will get the A and the B cap potentially, unless, of course... Oh no, that's a great reset from Sectum. Sectum there managing to get that reset onto No Mercy. So the cap advantage does go to Punisher. They managed to get that cap first. Anyway, No Mercy is probably going to be able to take the B cap now, and they will eventually take that advantage. Now we can see the rest of the N1 team coming around, trying to push into positions where they can get over shots. Candy there, a love fan in the 140. Oh, those are great shots going into the Sheridan. Turuk there really getting pummeled, and he gets pummeled again. There's not much he can do about it. The Object 140 is looking to focus him down, and Candy Love is looking to really put some pressure in. No, it comes from the other side of the map. I think it was Toxic Habibi, I'm not sure. So that was not part of the game plan for N1. This is much more consolidated play from Punisher. Admittedly, they haven't got the bases, but they now have the gun advantage. And all they need to do is they will whittle that clock down, wait till they get it to the 750, maybe the 800 mark, and then they will make a push, probably onto the B cap. At the moment, they know where the VKs are. They know where a couple of the Type 71s are. They certainly know where No Mercy is. And they've just got to be wondering now, where are we going to push? Because they've got 2 Type 71s overlooking on the right flank and 2 VKs overlooking on the left flank. And it's not going to be that easy for Punisher to make a coordinated push without taking some damage. And, they've still got time. They won't move until about the 750, maybe the 800 mark. AFK is just trying to bait a little bit there. No Mercy is pretty much can't do anything. He's just got to wait for the push to come. He knows it will come some point. Now, the way that Punisher are stacking their tanks up down this side, it looks like... it looked like at one point they were going to be stacking this way, but those VKs, they really do pack a punch. And 2 of them, that's like 1,200 damage that comes out straight out the bat. Now, the call has been made. It seems that they are going down this route, and they are. AFK straight over the top, and look at the pummeling he gets from the VKs and everybody there. But he jumps into the B cap. Now here come the rest of Punisher. Down goes AFK. That was his job, though. His job was to make sure that the guns were focused on him, losing 1 tank as long as they can get No Mercy out. But it's no good. N1 take it on the points in any event. What a great game. Really well held there. Punisher, I thought, had enough time, but the problem was as soon as AFK went over the top, he always knew he was going to be focused, and focused he was. And that is a lot of pain coming in from those VKs in that 1 Type 71 that was just on Overwatch. To be fair, Punisher did take the first kill in the likes of in the guise of Turuk in the Sheridan, but it was just not enough. Having those 2 bases put them under cap pressure, and regardless what Punisher's moves were, if they had a little bit more time, they could have probably taken out that tank of No Mercy in that cap and probably taken the B cap. But time was just not there. We now move to Black Goldville. Always a great map in the tournament scene. N1 are now on the cusp of victory, as it's best of 5. They are basically a match point. What we will have N1 on the south spawn and Punisher on the north spawn. N1 have readied up already. They've got 2 Type 71s, 2 57 heavies, 2 60 TPs, and a Sheridan. So very heavy lineup, but they've still got that mobility with the Sheridan. We're just waiting for Punisher here. So Punisher at the moment, they're looking to probably select those 50Bs again. And are they doubling up on the 50Bs? Yes, they are. They've got two 50Bs, a 268. That's an interesting call. 371s and an IS4. So not much mobility for the Punisher team. No lights, not really. No mediums. Oh, they have. They've changed to a T100 LT. No longer taking the TD. So where is it going to be here on Black Goldville? That's the ultimate question. Oh, there's only 4 seconds left, guys. Oh, they've got two T100s now. So there you go. They've put a bit more mobility in there. But where are they going to go on Black Goldville with that lineup? Now, the chances are that it's going to be a C and a B cap for both teams. But you just don't know that. I mean, two T100s, Punisher could probably, get up to that A cap pretty quickly. With one of the T100s and have another one try and do the spots over the middle area. That may be the game plan. Already I can see... Oh no, it was an Object 140. So already I can see that one of the T100s is going out. No, both the T100s are going out to sea, so they're doing the reverse of what I thought. N1, however, pushing heavily onto the B cap straight away there. Turuk and the Sheridan getting those early spots, trying to get those cross shots in. And... well, at the end of the day, no caps are taken yet, but David GG and the T100 for Punisher will be able to take the C cap. Pretty uncontested, mainly because N1 are going to the A cap. So we have C in the IS4 just overlooking that B cap, along with the 50Bs just behind him, the Object 140 and the Type 71. The E cap will be taken. The 260Ps here of N1 are just waiting for that pulling of the trigger. They know that they've got T100s over at the C cap. They know that. And they're now considering, are they going to carry on pushing around into the spawn? The thing is, N1 do not know where those 50Bs are. That is the thing. Now, those 50Bs, if they can fire coordinated shots, that is a lot of nastiness that can come down upon you. Okay, it's not as nasty as the 50B used to be, what with that interclip longish reload, but it's still pretty heavy. However, N1 do have those 257 heavies, which are equally able to put down a lot of pain and death and destruction when it wants to. At the moment, it's more of a stalemate game. N1 are behind on the caps, mainly because Punisher managed to cap that C cap very quickly, what with those T100s. So the move is going to have to be made by N1 here, and chances are they're going to make a move down on the B cap. The Sheridan is trying to get the spots. He has spotted C there in the IS4. But if you have a look at the back of the map over there, look, you've got them rotating back towards their spawn, so that it may not be a B strat. This may be a counter push onto C. Instead of going for B, try and steal C away from Punisher. That is why those E100s and the Object 140 are there, to spot those crosses if they can. Now, Candy Love is the man who's meant to be doing that, or woman, I don't know. The person, the player, the tank. And in a moment, there we go, the 57 heavy has been spotted. So now Punisher knows that they're heading towards that cap. They don't know how many. They've seen the Sheridan, cross shots going in. Turuk now trying to really push heavily. He gets a great shot taken out of him there from Scout in the T100. Now come the 57 heavies of Sin. That should be telling C in the IS4 to make a push on B, and it looks like he is. However, those Type 71 should and possibly will be pushing round. No, they're staying at the A cap for N1. Scout here in a little bit of trouble. He's got 57 heavies pushing onto him, but he manages to take down the Sheridan. A much needed kill there. But now he's in a world of pain. The 57 heavy does take him down. But the 50Bs are now kicking into action here for Punisher. They're trying to push round. They're trying to focus. They need to focus fire here. And they need to focus fire this tank of... down goes two tanks. Sin is down in a 57 heavy. They're looking to put focus into this 60 TP. Look at the points. They've got the points at the moment. Down goes the 60 TP. This has put Punisher in a grand position. But now the Type 71s of N1 have kicked in as well. They're trying to push down on the Type 71s of Punisher. Let's have a quick look at this. Desperately, Sonic Habibi is trying to protect David GG in the T100. He is trying to get those big rolls into the back, but David goes down. It's 4 against 4. No, sorry, it's 4 against 4 here. And now it's not 4, it's 3 against 3. But look at the points. It's now switched in favour of N1. Everything now depends on what happens over this side. N1 could take this down if the AMX50B cannot get out of the way, and he can't. And now it really is backs against the wall for Punisher. That was a great move by them, but N1 were able to consolidate and turn it all back around. Sonic Habibi here, tussling with Diamond Shine. These two Type 71s really can't do much because they're just going to be pummeling each other's hard spots. Oh, game-changing move maybe by Sectum, AMX50B. However, there is no mercy there in the 50B, in the 57 Heavy. He is going to be able to put 3 shots into the back of Sonic Habibi. There goes number 1. There goes number 2. Here comes number 3. Oh, he doesn't manage to finish him off. Can Sectum? Oh, Sectum is on his long reload. And they've got to get the caps. They haven't got the advantage on the caps. No Mercy has got a much better reload than the 50B. This is too close to call. Sonic has got to be careful. He is a one-shot. Oh, Sectum just sticking his backside out a little bit too much there for No Mercy. Sonic, is he in enough safety? No, he's not, and it's all over. N1 do get it. Wow, what a game. That was exciting. Not gonna lie. Massive congratulations to N1. The aggressive play at the start of the game served them well. Commiserations, however, to Punisher. I mean, the second game there on Mayan Ruins was fantastic. I thought they may have just been able to clinch it, whereas that game on Black Goldville really could have gone either way. It really could have. Sonic Habibi doing 5.3k and No Mercy, No Resist, and the T57 knocking out 4.4k. If you can see there, Punisher actually knocked out more damage than N1. So, wowzers. What a great opening battle. Ooh, I hear you all say. I love that. Did you love that? I really enjoyed that. Let's have a look at the chart. Let's find out when we're going out. I think we've got another like 50 minutes. If I'm being perfectly honest with yous. So those are the quarterfinals. So we've got the semi-finals to go. So I think we've got 50 minutes. Yeah, well, it's not 50 minutes. It's about 40 minutes. So it's quite a lengthy period of time, guys and girls. I need to find some replays. Oh, dearie me. Too much. The problem is, not really. You changed your name. Let's see what we've got first and foremost. Let's have a look at the, see if we've got any scores on the doors before we move forward, because we may have some other results coming through. Let's have a look at that before we move forward into doing replays. So let me just refresh it. That's bad of me not refreshing it, isn't it? Sorry about that, guys. But let's refresh it. And let's move down. Let's have a look at all groups. So, Pink and Win will face off against each other in the semi-final in Group 1. That's not bad, is it? In Group 2, well, First Alliance and Tournament Tank and Tournament Turk Tank actually is going through into the semi-finals there. SNRG and Jokes are going off as well in their semi-final. And down to Group 3. Well, ASN are through, so is Legion and Hapley. Legion and Hapley will be playing each other in that semi-final to try and book that final place. Moving down again. Well, we're still waiting for this result down here of Hate and UZ and IMTLS and M8K. So far we got WAGMI and Goblin through in Group 4. Group 5, well, Tournament through and Charm are through. They're going into their semi-finals. We're still waiting on the other games, which is TTT, FRS, 1B and 1TED. So still got a lot to wait for there. Down to Group 6. So far we're still waiting for Tapao and MFG. And we're also waiting for Booty and T9HKI. So far Prof and TQT are through to the semi-finals in their respective parts. In Group 7, Well, Raider through, turning over 3SU, 3-0, but they are still waiting to see who they will face off against. In the other semi-final in that group, we have A1N1 against Haggy. And we continue moving down. This is where my clan is, Viva Vale. So Vale are going through. They 3-0 against Prof. They will face off against Pog. And in the semi-finals of the other part of that group is Who against Jesus. Or Jesus, however you want to say it. Down to Group 9, Quicker facing off against Cash, both securing their places in the semi-finals. And I don't know how you say that. To be fair, it's not U3BPA. It's probably UZVRA. So I apologize for that. They'll be facing off against M1A1S. Oh, so many, so many, so many. Moving down to Group 10, APA are through. They will face off against BTD. We're still waiting for the results of the other part of that tournament. That group, sorry, not tournament, group. Down into Group 11. Well, we already had IKPA through on a bye. They're just waiting to find out who they will be facing off against. Serenity are through, turning over 3-0, and UniQQ is their next opponent. Moving up to Group 12. Well, Group 12, BPS already went through onto a bye. They are still waiting to find out who their opponent is. Imor and Zenith are both through to their semi-final, and they will face off against each other. So remember who's streaming all these guys. Group 13 we know about. Group 14, well, BPS, they got a bye, so they're already through. They will be facing off on DM. Phoenix is through, and they are just waiting for their opponents. So that is the current standings, guys. No real surprises as of yet. Now I need to find a replay. Because, guys, if you got any replay, by all means, send them to me on my Discord server, and I'll be more than happy to play them. The thing is, I don't actually play on PC. I'm a touch player, and that's the problem. So I have to rely heavily on replays, to be perfectly honest with you. So if you've got any decent replays and you're on Discord, get them across to me, and I'll be more than happy to play those replays. Because as a streamer who doesn't play on PC, well, it can be a nightmare, to be perfectly honest with you, especially if you've got a lack of replays in your garage, to be perfectly honest. Let's see if I've got any replays hanging around somewhere. I probably do have somewhere. Let's have a look. This is a Tiger 1, I believe. Oh no, I've already shown you that one. That was me with Alexander from World of Wargaming. We've already seen that. We don't want to see it again. I showed that last night. This is the problem when I say that you run out of replays and it's not particularly great for the streamer. Well, I've got a KV3. Yeah, this one will do. It's okay. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. So guys, if you really have got any replays, wing them across to me, because I'm running out of replays. I haven't got many. That's the problemo. Especially when we've still got another like 30 odd minutes to go. You know? It's not an easy thing, guys. Not an easy thing. But I was playing with my young lad here. He's 12-year-old. His name is Mini Fujit, i.e. Mini Me. And he's really liking his KV3. So, you know, we did a father and son session where we both rolled out in KV3s because why not? There he is there, right next to me. Mini Fujit. He's playing particularly well, actually. He's getting to grips with the game and he's enjoying it. And that's what it's all meant to be about. Enjoying your Blitz. And he's enjoying his Blitz. Not going to deny. Right, enjoy this for the moment. I am just going to pop to the little boys' room. if you like and subscribe, you get to play the KV3 for free. Why not? Sounds like a good idea to me, to be honest with you. Come on, guys. One of you out there has got to have a replay that you want to wing across to me. Get me out of my little pickle that I'm in. We've got a long night ahead, to be honest with you. And as I said, I just don't play on PC. I actually don't know the controls for PC. If I did, I would play. But I don't, because I'm touch. So a bit of a pain, yeah. And I don't want to get the iPad out, because if I do that, then I have to stop this. And it's just a pain in the backside, to be perfectly honest with you. So if anybody's got any replays, come across, send them to me. Be a sport. You know you want to. I do actually like the KV3. It's not as bad as people make out. A lot of people think that the KV3 is pretty terrible. It's not. Yanni! Come on, Yanni. You must have a replay. You must have a replay, Yanni. You're always playing. But I do, as I was saying, I do particularly like the KV3. It's not as bad as people think. It's actually quite a nice little tonk. And you can have some good fun in it. I know a lot of people sort of bemoan it. You know, I mean, the gun, they say, oh, the gun's a bit trash and this and that. But it's actually a nice tank. I actually like it. Okay, we need 2.4K there, but we bounced 1K. We're not going to get loads of stuff there, to be fair. What, third class maybe? Oh, second class. It's always nice getting a second class. Got to admit. But anyway, that's not too bad, was it? It's not too bad at all. Didn't get the top, but that was for a bat chat, and he's a tier higher, so it was still good fun. Anyway, let's see if I can find another half-decent replay somewhere. What about this one? What's this one? Oh, this is Black Goldville. Here we go. Just seen that one. So this is me again with my young lad. He's again in his KV3. Me rolling out this time in a Tigger 1. Now the thing is, I mean, I know a lot of people don't like tier 7 because of the smashers and the annihilators and stuff. But in all honesty, you know, I mean, tier 7 is a lovely little tier to roll out in, to be fair. You know, if you're one of these players who's not sort of aiming for those dizzying heights of being a pro, then all you need to do, if you're struggling with win rate and you're rolling out in tiers like 9 and 10, and you know it just doesn't seem to be working for you, drop into one of these tanks down in tier 7. You got some gems down there: the Tiger 1, the Tiger P, the KV3. The list is endless, and trust me, the likes of the Smasher and the Annihilator is nothing to get, you know, overly concerned about, to be perfectly honest with you. Both of those tanks are easily counterable once you know how they operate and how they work. And I see so many people get really frustrated when they see Smashers and Annihilators. There's no need and there's no reason to be. They're not that tricky, and they're certainly not as OP as people make out. Yes, in the right hands, like any tank, they are incredibly strong and incredibly powerful. Of course they are. You know, you have to be a fool to think otherwise. But at the end of the day, fact of the matter is, if you know where their weak points are, and you know about the tank, you can easily combat them. Believe that. So anyway, this is the Tigger 1. It's a nice little game. I like this game. I like Black Goldville. It's a nice little map. And the thing about the maps, I mean, the thing about playing Blitz well is know your maps, guys. And if you know your maps, then you can really have some good fun. Unfortunately, Mini Fujit got wasted in this game, and he was very upset. He was incredibly upset. But, you know, you can't win them all, and you're not going to survive them all. Sometimes you're going to get focused, sometimes you're going to play a little bit too aggressively, and sometimes things are just not going to go your way. It's not the end of the world. Dust yourself off and roll out in the next game. Have we got any replays winging their way to me yet? Please, please. I still haven't got any replays finding their way to me at this moment in time. And this replay looks like it's about to sort of finito, which is a shame. See, one of the problems is I haven't actually played for a while. And because obviously the tournaments now are here, so most of my time is now spent on preparing for the tournaments and stuff like that. So, you know, it's very rare that I manage to get out and play. Look at that, 2.6k. It's not setting the world on fire. It's probably another third class or something along those lines. But as I keep saying to people, it's not always about the damage. It's about the winning, isn't it? You want to win, don't you? Winning is what counts. And at the end of the day, always a second class. I'm always happy with the second class. At the end of the day, the more you win, the better you feel. And as I was trying to say, you know, if you find yourself on that losing streak down there in tier 10, up there in tier 10, just drop down to tier 7, take out one of these tanks. And there's Inca there from Imor. Imor are also playing this evening. We saw that earlier. So we're just waiting now for a bit of both, a bit of replays. Come on, people, send me replays. So we're just waiting for some replays to come our way. Oh, there we go. We have a replay, courtesy of one of you lovely people on the screen, and it's Renji. Thank you very much, Renji, for sending across your replay in an E100 here on Mines, a map that really does not cater well for these tier 10 battles. It's don't get me wrong, it's a nice map. I just find it a little bit too small for tier 10. It just needs to be that little bit bigger, you know. If it was that little bit bigger, it would be okay. But when tier 10, everybody goes to the hill, and when you've got these big hurtling heavies like this super heavy here of the E100, it's a very difficult map to sort of create a massive foothold. Basically, I mean, oh, that's a great shot into the Object 140. Poor Object 140 getting absolutely pummeled there with a fantastic little shot from the E100. Now the thing is, you normally have some form of TD sat over there, and there it is, the ubiquitous TD sat over there in that spot. You're going to land it on his bottom plate? No, you're not. Oh, the T95, so difficult to hit frontally unless you can get that bottom plate. Batchat being a little bit aggressive there. He has got some support with the Type 71 and the T95, but the E100 should be able to put a big roll into the side of this Type 71, and he does! Wowzers. The Type 71 just turning his turret there and exposing it. If you expose the turret on a Type 71, it is easily penetrable. Problem with the E100 though, if you load Pramo, oh, is he going to be able to get that? That's going to be a great shot if he gets, oh, he does, but he only gets the observation device. Well, that does actually have an impact on the Type 71, if I'm being honest with you. At the moment, the green team are down a tank, but they have got pretty decent positioning, if I'm being honest. They've just got to wait. And it looks like the enemy team just wants to push a little bit. Type 71, well, not much you can do about him when he's hauled down like that. Great side shot coming into the E75 there. Batchat, oh, tries to snap him. Difficult to snapshot in an E100 on a Batchat. Batchat is just a little bit too quick to get those sort of shots in. But if it would have landed, it would have been a beaut, not going to lie. So now they've got all the types of ones showing his turret sides again. Now I've got a demanding cat on my lap. Is he going to be able to get the Cupola this time? It's a really difficult shot. E100's not got the most accurate of guns. It's got a great gun, but it's not the most accurate of guns. Not gonna lie. And this is the problem with mines, as you can see. You sort of sometimes get into a stalemate unless one of the teams really does want to push heavily. Oh, you can get the Batchat 900 with the HE roll there. What a lovely HE roll that was. That's going to make the Batchat think he came losing half his hit points like that. T57 has made a break around the side into the flank. He's looking to try and get a Pramo shot here. Doesn't manage to get that cheek. He's got to be careful of that 57 heavy though. Oh, good bounce from the 57 heavy. Is he going to be able to load quickly enough to get the side of the 71? Or even the front idle or the side of the E100? No, 71's a better target. Great roll, 2,700 so far. Really nice roll into the side there of that 71. Still got to be concerned about that 57 heavy over there. Oh, engine fire, courtesy of the 57 heavy. Like I said, you've got to be careful with that 57 heavy. He's got a great gun. E100 just managing to avoid anything coming in his direction as he manages to pull away. He's leveling up at the moment. Looking to try and get the Pramo in now, and he does. Gets a really high roll as well. Oh, but that 57 heavy out on that flank, not giving any respite here to the E100. This is the the 704 is finally woken up. Finally woken up. Now it's allowing the game to sort of open up a little bit, allowing the E100 to move from that position. Takes a big roll there, though. He's looking to finish off that 71. Can he get it? Yes, he can. Now he's got to stay safe. It's 3 against 5. It should be a victory, but is he going to survive? That's the thing. Is the E75 fluffs his shot? He's going to be able to try and get the E75 now. There he goes. Big roll. 3.9k. Bounces the T95. It's 2 against 5. It's realistically all over. This 704 is still toying with the 57 heavy down in the bottom corner there, you can see. And they've got to be careful of this T95. The T95 has managed to camp for the majority of the game. He's probably taken quite a bit of damage as well. So you've got to be careful of that. He's asking the object to spot. And there you go. He's still effectively on all his HP because he is a T95. The 57 heavy down he goes, courtesy of the 704. So now it's allowing them to push down. They should push en masse into the T95. Is he going to show his side? Yes, he does. Brings him up to 4.6k. That's what we needed. 4.6k. This is a great game. The E100 here really holding his nerve. I mean, a lot of players would have rushed. A lot of players would have pushed. And E100 here managing to get the kill. 4.8k. Did he get any blind shots, though, to bring it up to that 5k? Bounced 1.6. Got a fair few kills. No blind shots. Got 3 kills and a first class, but a well-deserved first class. Not going to lie. As I said, a lot of players would have pushed in that situation and would have come a cropper. That is a fantastic game, and as you can see there, the T95, well, the T95 knocked out 1600. Not as much as that T95 would have liked. Anyway, we've got about 5 minutes. So if I've got a short enough replay, Dave has just sent me one. Which one have we got? Panzer Mummy. Let's have a look at the Panzer Mummy. Never heard of that before. So this is it's the Pharaoh. So this is the Pharaoh. We're rolling out him. We've probably got time for this replay before the next round, so we're just going to do that, and I'm just going to grab myself a drink. I shall be back in a momento. Okay, I'm back, and so is my rogue cat on my lap. Yeah, it was a pretty slow game on mines. I mean, fair play. I mean, as I said, a lot of players would have rushed a lot quicker, and it could have gone a completely different direction. But I thought it was a well-balanced, well-played game on both sides, actually. Both sides of the equation there. Both teams playing particularly nice. But you can only have one winner. Hello, Demon4K from N1. How are you? I saw a few others from N1 there earlier. I didn't mean to sort of ignore anybody. Who else did we have? We had Fevil as well. Oh, we've got AFK went RNG from Punisher. How you doing, guys? Nice to see the guys popping into the chat, saying hello after their games. It's always nice to see. Yeah, I was about to say, the E100 did fine. I don't understand why you would say he was playing it particularly badly. You know, I thought that was a well-played game, to be honest. Could have been better, could have been worse. At the end of the day, could have been better by being a mastery, but it wasn't. Could have been worse by being nothing and losing. He carried the team. I liked it. I thought it was a good game. Anyway, we've got about 5 minutes before the room comes up, and we should be going out with Endgame, I believe. I know, Ranger, you joking? Who's joking?
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Nobody likes that map at tier 10, mate.
Enemy armor is damaged.
I've not actually played this tank, the Pharaoh, so I don't know what it's like. I've played against it a fair few times, but I don't know what the tank itself is like. But it's a victory. I don't know what the tank's like. I've never played it. We've only got about 2 minutes. It's a mastery. Look at that. Boom. Dagger, 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 dagger. Ace. And 101,000 credits. Even better. Nicely done, Dram. How are you doing, Dr. Gam? Oh, I'll play. I'll play whatever replays I want. I'm typing, guys, sorry. Do 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 do. I don't understand why people have to be so mean. Rinjo, don't worry about it. The Ram, don't worry about it. You know, you were kind enough to send me replays. You were kind enough to allow me to play your replays. Just don't listen to people, mate. You know, it's my stream. At the end of the day, if I want to play replays, I'll play whatever replays I want to play. Simple as that, really. And I won't be bullied and I won't be pressured into not doing that. Simple as that, really. And to be fair, guys, if you don't like it, then no one's forcing you to stay here. You know, if you don't like the stream, then you know, don't stress it. There's plenty of other streamers. I'm not going to be offended. It doesn't bother me in the slightest if you decide to like sort of disappear from my little stream and go on to them and be toxic over there. No one's stopping you. Certainly not me. Anyway, we have got minutes few until we roll out into the next battle, which is the semi-final. We should be getting the room coming up in about a minute, maybe less than that. So, you know, it's all going good. I'm thinking, now look, I don't know, all I know is that we're in Endgame's group. I don't know if we are going to get that particular game, but we are in their group, and they are one of the top clans, so the chances are we are going to get Endgame's game. And just goes to show, I do read the chat. By the way, those of you who are wondering, I do read the chat. So there you go. So we should be getting that invite any time now. Or now. Or now. Or now. I don't know. There we have it. Let's see who we got. We've got Endgame. And we're rolling out on Normandy. So it's Endgame against N1. We've seen N1 this evening. They look pretty tasty, to be fair. They had some pretty raw aggression. But this is a completely different scenario. This is Endgame. And those of you who've been watching the EU circuit for any length of time, you will know Endgame are, wow, let's just say, a tricky opponent. They are incredibly good at the game. They've got a wow-jowled team that have played. They're all friends. They've been playing for a long time. So at the end of the day, anything can happen. Admittedly, Endgame have sort of fallen off their perch a little bit. At one point in time, they were pretty much unstoppable on EU. But then BPS came along, and BPS have been working hard and sort of dislodged them a little bit, to be fair. Is this the comeback of Endgame? Are Endgame looking to cement themselves back into the top of that tree on the EU server, where they've been for a long, long time? So we'll see. We will find out. This will be the first time I've streamed Endgame this season. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to see how they've been getting on. Now, in some instances, having a bye is actually not necessarily a good thing, because you're not as match prepared as the team that you're facing against. N1 are coming off the back of a victory, and a pretty nice victory at that. So they are sort of in the groove already. Endgame, however, are very experienced on the tournament circuit. They know what they're doing and they know how to do it. And I'm pretty sure it won't phase them that much. You will see that Endgame generally don't come into the room until quite late. That's why they're not there yet. They do turn up. Well, I'm hoping they do turn up. I mean, yeah, there has been times in the past where Endgame have kind of missed their timings, but they generally don't come in until really, really last. It's just one of those things with Endgame. They don't like getting into the rooms too early and sort of faffing around. They leave everything. They time everything to the last moment. I mean, they've still got 2 minutes. They've got plenty of time. Here they come now. Look. Anyway, we are on Normandy. We will have Endgame on the south spawn, N1 on the north spawn. Endgame being led by Nicolade, and usual players there. We got Carolade, Winch, Milk, Reaction, and Sexy. It's sexy. So, looking at Endgame, where they've got a shed load of Type 71s and a Sheridan. So, they are making good use of the Type 71 in tournaments. A lot of the teams and a lot of the players have been saying that the Type 71 is a little bit broken when it comes to tournaments. Hence the reason why you're seeing so many of them. We're seeing 6 here and a Sheridan for Endgame. Over at N1's side, well, they're not taking as many Type 71s, but they do have 4 of them, along with 2 60 TPs and a Sheridan also. So both teams have got a Sheridan. However, I mean, I know Milk, he is a great Sheridan player, really good light player. We did see earlier, though, that N1 are also very good in that Sheridan. So it's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be, if they stick with these total heavy lineups, it's maybe a little bit brawly, which is always a good thing. Nothing wrong with it being brawly. N1, as I said, coming on the back of a victory against Punisher, and quite a nice victory as well. So we will see what happens here. Endgame, I don't want to big them up too much, but they are one of the best teams and one of the most experienced teams on EU. But enough of all that. We are about to start here on Normandy. Endgame against N1. This is the semi-final. Preview skill number 1, third stage here on the EU server. As you can see, Endgame are just tipping the scales. Just a little sexy, he's not. Tipping the scales just a little bit on those hit points. And Sexy has jumped into a 215B, so they didn't take a full lineup in and take a Kranwagen in the end. So endgame do that, they line up and then they sort of take you by surprise by changing everything. Anyway, Milk there in the Sheridan trying to get those early spots. Turuk also trying to get the early spots in this Sheridan. Great shot coming across on Milk, and that's what he can do in the Sheridan. I mean, on poor old CK there, really feeling the pain. Fantic also feeling a bit of pain from Andar there in the Kranwagen. And this is what Endgame do. Endgame like to control the map. They love to control the map, and they love to make the enemy push onto them and make the mistakes. And what they then do, they try to punish. And what you can see here, Endgame are just holding back a little bit. They've already taken first blood. It's neck and neck on the caps, near as damn it. The Type 71s here, Fantic and Sin, along with Diamond, looking to probably try and push down onto Winch. Reaction and Carol are there, just to make sure. And here they come with their push N1. Now, we've got 215B of Sexy at the back. We've got Andar there. Nicolade will come back round. Milk will come in. Fantic looking worse for wear. He's trying to push onto Carolade. Carolade is really getting focused. He may go down here. And the idea of Carolade is to take as much HP out of the opposition as possible. Now they're pushing down onto Reaction. This is a good little push from N1. Endgame. Oh! Reaction going down, but so does Diamond Shine. And the hit points are still in favour of Endgame. Even though they've lost the tanks, they have still got the advantage. And now you can see the counter push coming in. Nico is pushing onto CK over the top there, along with Winch. Fantic now is the target of attention, while Sexy here is getting a bit pummeled. But Sin has been whittled down to next to nothing. Down goes Fantic. 3 tanks down for N1. 4 tanks down. Big kill there from... Oh, but Sexy goes down. However, it's 2 against too many. It's the 60 TPs left. And this is exactly what I'm saying about Endgame. They have the ability to control a map. You push in one direction, they counter push in the other direction. And it looks like you're taking out tanks and you're doing great. But what you don't realise is those tanks, to an extent, are being sacrificed. So, Endgame here, got full control of this game. Poor old No Mercy in the 60 TP is down to a one-shot. Down goes Pup. No Mercy is last man standing. All goes down. Endgame winning 1-0 against N1. However, N1 really pushing the boundaries there. Not exactly giving Endgame an easy time of it. Let's be honest. Looking at how that did there. Milk there in the Sheridan, 4.6k. He is a dangerous player. Nico, 3.1. On the other side, Pup with his 3.1 is one in the 60 TP. Not shirking. Swapping those spawn points now here on Normandy. Endgame on the north spawn, N1 on the south spawn. No change to the lineup for Endgame, from what we can tell. On the other team, N1, well, they are looking to change a little bit here. Looks like they're going full. No, really? They're going 4 215Bs? Seriously? They've got 2 Type 71s, a Sheridan, and potentially 4 215Bs. Now look, the 215B is a fantastic tank. They are going out with 4 of those, potentially. It is a fantastic tank. And if you can get that HE working with its penetration and its eye damage output, you really can put a lot of pain onto the other side. Okay, it does struggle a little bit armor-wise, but if you stay hull down, it has got a pretty stonking turret. The thing is, it has got DPM. Does it have enough to counter those Type 71s? That is the thing. The Type 71 frontally is an absolute beast of a tank. It's not the easiest tank to pen. Anybody who plays the game will know that. So, it's going to be an interesting one, this. I'm particularly interested in this lineup from N1. What with those 4 215Bs. Sexy has just popped out for a moment. Don't know why. And that's concerning with 2 seconds to go. Sexy is back in his 215B. So, this is game number 2. 1-0 already. Don't forget, guys, it is best of 5. First 3 victories. I am very interested in seeing how N1 play this with those 215Bs. So we're going to get up high and we're going to quickly rotate round the map to N1. I want to see where they're positioning their 215Bs, and I want to see what they're going to do with them, because it's a little bit... so let's get quickly over there. I would suspect that they are looking for this middle area over the B, and also at the C cap. Oh, they did, yeah, with the Type 71s. Oh, the Sheridan again of Turok getting smacked there by Milk. 215B, in fact, all the tanks apart from Turok and the Sheridan are absolutely heading for the C cap. Turok, however, is in a world of pain. Down he goes, early doors. Got to be careful with the likes of Milk in that Sheridan. He is a fantastic lights player. Now we've got the push moving in from N1. They're not going to push heavy, I don't think. You can see here that Endgame is just holding back a little bit. Carolee gets a bit of a smacking there in the Type 71 bottom plate, but came in from Diamond Shine, I think, in the 215B. But Endgame are just holding back, allowing N1 to move through. And this is what Endgame do. They want to control the map. Okay? They really want to control it, and they're allowing these tanks to push through. Reactive armor being dropped left, right, and center. But look at the way Endgame are positioning. Diamond Shine now is a one-shot. No Mercy is losing hit points rapidly. Nico, oh, he doesn't manage to finish Diamond Shine off. But now, down goes No Mercy. Down goes Diamond Shine. Pup is in a world of pain. Down he goes. That 215B there is absolutely in a world of pain. Now we've got Sin here and Fantic in N1, desperately trying to get some ink into Andar in the Crown Wagon. Milk protecting Andar as much as possible. 215B goes down. Fantic is the last man standing, and it's just going to be a farm fest here against Fantic. That is what they're going to do. Endgame may lose Andar. No, they don't. They don't lose a tank. It's a 7-0. And wow, what can I say? Endgame there, you can see they're just backing away, baiting N1 to push them. And the thing about Endgame is that they do understand their opposition. They probably watched the first games, what was Punisher, and they probably thought, well, this team like to be aggressive. We're going to let them be aggressive. We're just going to sit back a little bit. We're going to let them push onto us, and then we're just going to try and focus our fire onto whoever. And this is how Endgame generally play. They've got fantastic focus fire, and they have got a fantastic ability to control the map. We're now going into Castilla. Endgame are at match point here. N1 have got to dig deep to try and bring this back. Endgame changing it around a bit here. We have Andar in a 268. We have Winch in an IS-7. Carolade in an IS-7. And Foxy, Sexy, let's call him, in a Grilla. Moving over to N1, we now have Fantic in a Yo. We have a Vickers Like coming in. An IS-4. No Mercy in a 268-4. Diamond in a Yo, Feville in a Sheridan, and Pup still in the 60 TP. So, going to be an interesting one, this. Endgame will be looking to put it to bed, having a little bit of a break before the final, because there is a third place playoff, which I believe takes place before the grand final. So Endgame will be looking to have, put their feet up a little bit, have some tea, probably, I don't know. So they are at match point. N1, however, as I said, will be looking to get themselves back into this game. If they can, they can look here to try and calm down the map a little bit. Their aggression, which works so well for them against Punisher, is now backfiring just a little bit against Endgame, because Endgame were basically prepared for it. That's nothing to be shocked about, and it's certainly nothing to be upset about. I mean, N1 have played fantastic stuff, and against other clans, these strats and what they were doing really would have worked and turned them over. Endgame just a little bit long in the tooth and a bit more experience. So let's get up high into the back of the map. I'm interested to see where Fox is going to, where Sexy is going to stick his Grilla. Andar is going up high. And the rest of the team, well, Winch and Carolade and the IS-7s are going to try and push across into this ramp area right here so they can get those cross shots down there. That's what they're going to be looking to do. And they're also looking to cover that side. We have got the Vicars of Turuk going up high. Now, that could be dangerous because... oh, he's not dropping down. But don't forget, you've got a Griller over there. And you've also got an Object 268. That is looking. Fevel is moved up. Sheridan in the top there. Oops, sorry, my mouse went a bit wild. Fevel against Milk. But we've now got the No Mercy in the 2684 just camping at the back there. CK, oh, Pup getting a lot of shots coming into him there. CK being very aggressive, and Andar in the 268 managing to get him as he comes around the corner. Moving up to the top, we've got tank advantage here. Milk getting smacked a little bit. There is tank advantage. Milk is running away. That's Fantic, Fevel and Diamond Shine. All of the N1 and the 2 Yos and the Sheridan push up into the castle area, trying to keep Milk out of the game. Problem is, just behind Milk, oh no, he's gone. So Milk is in a little bit of trouble here, and he may not last this move. He drops down. No, he doesn't last the move. And now Endgame have lost the first tank. Sexy, however, looking to try and put cross shots in as they go across. He gets a great roll into Fantic. He's making sure that if anything else comes across, he may be able to get another shot into Diamond Shine. No, he doesn't, but he may do now. Diamond Shine. Oh, that is a great roll, but it leaves Diamond Shine still incredibly healthy. Now we've got a brawl in the middle area. And Winch. Carolade down goes CK. First tank down. Over this side, Reaction is trying to push onto the Vicars, but he's got to be careful of No Mercy there. Ooh! Down goes Andar on the 268. That was not part of the game plan. Winch is also very low here. Fantic is looking to finish him off, and he does. Maybe 2 TDs for Endgame was not the best of calls. Reaction and Carolade, though, looking to try and close down both the Vicars and the Object. Vicars is down. Now they're looking onto the Object. Endgame are by no means out of this. They've got 2 caps. They've got the points lead. Reaction, however, is now a 1-shot. He's got to get safe. He does. He managed to definitely avoid that shot coming in. Gets behind Carolade. Pup is coming in to try and finish him off with a ram. He doesn't manage it. In comes Fantic as well. Oh, down goes the Object. The points are firmly in favour of Endgame. 2 against 3. Nico's coming in, putting the HE roll into the back of Fantic. And another shot goes in. Fantic is down. It's all over realistically. They cannot come back from this. Pup knows it, raises his gun in a salute. Endgame take their place in today's grand final for the first PYS of the opening the opening PYS of the autumn season here on EU. However, what a fantastic game that was. That was a fantastic semi-final. Great congratulations to Endgame, but absolutely well played N1. They showed us that they've really got some good stuff ahead of them, and no doubt they will grow as a team as this tournament progresses. Keep an eye on them, guys, because I don't think that's the last we're going to be seeing of N1. It's going to be an interesting how the PYSs play out with the win rate seeding. We may see these guys, really progressing, aiming for that top 8 space. So we're now just going to wait. Don't know how long we're going to wait. That is the honest answer. I'm just going to go down and have a look at the chart because I need to know when we're rolling out next. All the way down here, you see. So Endgame are into the finals in another 40 minutes, but before that we don't know as of yet because the other semi-final is still being played between Crowley and Ego. They're still playing, so I don't know. I can't play a replay because we may be going into the 3rd place playoff. Let's have a look. Is Pink into their final? No, they're still playing as well. So at the moment, I can't play a replay just in case. They're also into the final. They played against Turk Tank, who are into their third place playoff, but don't know when that's taking place. Now, as far as I'm aware, the final is best of 9. So we're just trying to work out. I mean, the final is in effectively 40 minutes. Well, 35 minutes. But when is the third place playoff? That is the ultimate question. Are we going to be getting that or not? Are we going out in the third place playoff or not? I don't know. I don't know. And until it pops up, I really can't say. Let me have a quick... Let's just leave the garage open a minute. Let me just check. On the streamer website. I don't think we're watching the third place playoff. I don't think that's what's going to happen. No, we're going into the finals in 40 odd minutes, so it's back to the replays. So replay time, replay time. That was a great game. And then we're just going to wait for the final now, guys. Who is it going to be? Anyway, this is a professor in an upraising game, rolling around in his AMX 1357. There you go. What more do you want? What we'll do, we'll have a look at this replay. Hopefully by then all the games would have finished. We will then know what the final standings are, who's in the grand final for the opening PYS, and also see those who are fighting for third place. So we'll just watch this replay, then we'll have a look at the charts, get to grips with who's doing what, when and where, who's going through, are there any upsets, are there any surprises, and then we just got to wait out basically 30 minutes from now before the next games. So if you're just looking for the games, guys, go and grab yourself something to drink or eat or whatever and get your backsides back here in about 30 minutes. That is when we're rolling out in the grand final. Obviously at the moment I don't know who Endgame are facing, but we do know for a fact that Endgame are in the grand final. was a deft little move there, Professor. I like that. I don't think the chieftain liked it, but that was pretty nifty, man. That was enjoyable to watch. You with your nimble fingers. Wow, with this tank, the Inferno doesn't do as much damage as you would expect. It's quite funny, really. You've got Inferno, you're like, I'm only doing like 400. He's got so much. It's one of those things. Great reload, though. Look at that. Nice. Wow, nicely done. Nicely done indeed. 6,750. With not the best Inferno, to be honest with you. Great little game. Right, as I said, let's have a look at the groupings. Just need to refresh it all first before we have a look who's done what and when. So here we go. In Group 1, so far, Pink and Win are still bashing it out there. Whereas OGT turned over Oxygen, so OGT are in the final. They're just waiting to see who their opponent is. It's either Pink or Win. So I believe that one is being streamed by Amunet. So those of you who are lucky enough to be on OB, not Amunet stream or whatever, then get your backsides over there because that's where they are. Oh, what's happening here? Why have the brackets disappeared? Brackets have just gone. Don't know why. Maybe it's updating. Maybe it's updating. No, it's not updating. So those two are still playing down in Group 2. Well, First Alliance have turned over Tournament Tank, or Turk Tank, sorry. Or Turk Tournament, or Turk Tank. They've turned them over. We're still waiting for the result of SNRG against Jokes. That's the second and third seed in that group, I believe. So First Alliance are already into today's final. Moving down. Oh, Legion are coming back with a vengeance. They are facing off against ASN in the final there, down in Group 3. Moving down to Group 4. We don't have any results from Group 4 at this moment in time. Group 5. TTT are through. They are waiting to see who turns over who there out of Tournament and Charm. That'll be an interesting one. That would be an interesting one. Group 6. Well, we got Prof already through. They're now waiting to find out, are they going to face MFG or are they going to fight off against TQT? Don't know as of yet. Down into Group 7. Raid and A1N1. That's not a surprise, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, Raid were, you know, flying high again. They're trying to get their form back. And A1N1 have always been a contending clan. So that final doesn't surprise me. Both going through without losses today. So they'll be very happy with that. That'll be an interesting final to watch. Moving down to Group 8. Well, we've got Jesus and Pog. Viva Vale, my clan, will not be happy about that. Losing 3-0 to Pog. In fact, they'd be very miffed. But, you know, it's just one of those days, one of those things. So, bit of surprise there. Vale not progressing into today's final. Which is, well, a shocker. Looking down, we have Cash and, I don't know if it's meant to be UZVRA, but I'm going to call them Dirty Morty. So Cash and Dirty Morty are into the final, which means Quick got turned over there by Cash. And they'll be pretty disappointed as well. Down into Group 10. APA are through, along with CHRD. So they'll be battling it out in that final today. Down there in Group 10. Group 11, well, we have IKPA against Serenity. Serenity, again, no surprise there that Serenity are through to the final today. Be an interesting game to see that. Further down, well, we have BPS, they're through. They had a bye all the way through, and they turned over UZPRO. They're into the final. They're just waiting to see if it's going to be Imor or Zenith. So we don't know the result of that one just yet. Further down, well, this is our group. Have we got a result yet? Yep, it is Endgame against Ego. So Endgame against Ego is the game that we are going to be watching here in Group 13 in, well, about 25 minutes. Down into the last group. Well, it's BPS in Phoenix. They are the last group to go out today. Group 14. BPS, I believe that's their second team, as I said earlier. They will be facing off against Phoenix, or Phoenix. So that is what we've got so far. Those are the scores on the doors, George Doors. So there we have it. Just to make sure that we're not watching the third place playoff, which we're not. So we've still got some time to wait. As I said earlier, we're not going out until 22, which is 9:40 Central European time. I'm going off at 21:40. It says 23:40. That's because I'm in Dubai, but it's 21:40 that we're kicking off. So yeah, we've got another 20 minutes to go, guys, before we kick off. So, back to those replays. Why not? What shall we look at next? Let's have a look at the good old game carrier. Why not? I like the game carrier. Game carrier is good fun.
Move out.
A lot of people don't like the game carrier. It's quite a nice tank actually if you know how to play it. It's an interesting tank. I like it, but then again I'm a crazy fool. I like the turtle. So, which apparently everybody hates. Everybody hates the turtle. A lot of people have said it's the worst tank ever. I'm not one of those. I actually think if you know how to play the turtle, you can have a lot of fun in the turtle. Believe it or not. So, game carrier is another one of those type of tanks. You know, if you know how to use it, it's effective. I mean, just like that. I mean, he's got a great reload. He's got a great gun. And this poor old Titan is, I think he's AFK. But he's definitely AFK now because he's back in the garage. But look at the gun on this thing. I mean, the gun on the game carrier is just fantastic. It's one of those guns that you just point it in the right direction, press the fire button, and it just generally flies across the map. And manages to sort of hit every time. It's good gun, man. However, whilst they're in charge here, it is a supremacy game, and the B cap is being taken, and the game carrier, sorry, is not one of those tanks that can push. Not really, not really. So, guys, just to put you in the picture, those of you out there watching, I will be streaming PYS number 2. So if you have got any replays out there that you want me to have a look at, they've got to be decent-ish. You know, don't just send me games where you lose. But if you can send me some decent replays, you can do so on my Discord. Either DM me or you can put them into the replays channel on my Discord server. And when we come to PYS number 2, stage 3, then at least I'll have some replays to show people. Hello, Triggerman. How you doing? Your clan's up next, I believe. Ooh. Yeah, we've still got quite a hefty period of time to go, guys. To be honest with you. So,
Enemy armor is hit.
get this. It's a 1v1 game carrier against a 40 TP. Game carrier's got the DPM. Game carrier's also got, if you wiggle it enough, the armor. And boom! Down it goes. That's what you can do in a game carrier. It's a very nice tank. Wow, deserved mastery. And a shed load of other medals. Oof. And a shed load of credits. And why not? So there you have it. Game carrier. Don't poo-poo a tank just because it looks silly. Is what I say. Never poo-poo a tank because it looks daft. Because you just never, ever know. What else have we got? Oh, we've got an FV. Let's have a look at the FV. Oh, it's the Conway. I like the Conway. He's got the derpy gun on it. I very rarely play it with the derpy gun. I do like the Conway though.
Let's go.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da. So I normally play the Conway with the lower gun. That way it sort of takes people by surprise. It really takes people by surprise. Russian MILF! Hello! How you doing? Oh, one of those glitchy type replays. It's the glitch, by the way, that you sometimes see in the replays is because they're not actual movie files, they're data files. And what happens is they get a little bit sort of corrupted when you drag, because you drag them off Wargaming server effectively, and they get a little bit corrupted, and that's why you sometimes see replays with a bit of lag, stuff like that. It's just the way it goes. If they were pure movie files, then it'll be different, but then they'll be massive. So you know, you got to appreciate there's like thousands of players, and you know, if all of them have got 100 replays stored or open, then it becomes a bit of a nightmare, to be perfectly honest with you. Going for the Progetto 65 here. It took a bit of a pounding going across though, but he should, no, not able to get the Progetto tortoise maybe. Oh, it's one of the, oh, it's, what's it called? Uprising, there you go. Uprising, always a good thing. Right, enjoy the rest of this uprising while I go to the little boy's room. Again, too much coffee for me, man. Too much coffee.
Enemy armor is hit. Enemy armor is damaged. That one didn't go through. We've damaged them. Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Wow, you haven't lost a life yet. How cool is that? But then again, I mean, it is, what is it? Is it uprising? It's uprising, yeah. Nothing wrong with the game being filled with blessed RNG. People would give their left sock for a game blessed with RNG. Oh, double shot. Never the easiest one to use is the double shot. I suppose you can go for the chain lightning as well. I do like the chain lightning. Just gives that extra sort of boosty damage, you know. 12 minutes before kick-off, everybody. So the final will be in 12 minutes. Bit of a countdown, yeah. Boo! So this will be the last replay. We won't do another replay after this. Won't have enough time because the room will be open, etc., etc. So must admit, this has been a fantastic opening PYS for the autumn season. I mean, a lot of people, you know, we have over 400 teams on the EU server, which is fantastic. And it's been slowly whittled down. Slowly.
We didn't even scratch them.
60 TP. Come on, smack him. Oh no, he's got one of those speedy boosty thingies.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Well, you did have the chain lightning. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, poor Grill. Bye, poor Grill. Oh, 60 TP. He's got a big. Oh, he's got the Lurgy thrown at him, but the tortoise is down. And the Lurgy is gone. Can he get a big shot into the 60 TP? Yes, he can. Nice roll. Down goes the 60 TP. 4 against 7. 5.4k dished out here in the little Conway. One of those underrated TDs in tier 9. Oh, grill come back to life. Boom!
Vehicle has had it.
Dagger, 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 dagger. Now you've got Inferno. It's always good having Inferno on a TD. Just watching the hit points vanish in front of your eyes of your opponent, if you can time it right. Oh, ammo rack. That's not going to make the enemy happy. Oh, Infernoed. That's going to make them less happy. Can you Inferno this 60 TP? That'd just be the icing on the cake, wouldn't it? That would not sit well with a great many of them out there. Oh! He's going to come back to life though. But what a kill. Poor, poor 60 TP. Got absolutely mullered. Do love these game modes. Off. Left you on 2 HP. Come on. No. What a win. What a win. We have got 8 minutes to kick off, which means we have about 3 minutes before the room opens. So that is it, replay-wise today. Holding there on a 7.7k damage game in the Conway. Beautiful little tank, 37,000 credits. Well played. I like that indeed. Right then, tournament time. We've not got the room yet. We've got to wait, guys. So let's see if we've got any more scores on the doors. Whilst we are waiting, we should have all the scores in now, I would have thought. Let's just quickly go through. We already know it's Pink against OG. It's Pink against OGT. Pink turning over win there. However, it wasn't an easy one. 3-2. Pushed all the way to the decider win. Really piling on some of the pressure there against Pink. Group 2, SNRG turned over by Jokes. 3-1. So it'll be First Alliance and Jokes facing off against each other in Group 2. I can't remember the other groups now. Can't remember which other groups we missed out on. But those are the two main ones. So Win, unfortunately, losing out to Pink. Winnaby, I don't know if Winnaby I don't really see Win as a clan that gets disappointed. They always never seem to be disappointed in anything they do. They always seem to be a plucky lot. So, you know, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But they are into the third place playoff, along with a great many others. They won't be the only ones out there who'll be thinking, well, maybe we could have got there. But that's another group. That's another streamer. We are in Group 13. We will be watching Endgame against Ego. We will be getting the room invite in a minute or so. So we'll be kicking off with this final here on PYS number 1. This is the third stage of the autumn season on the EU server. End game against Ego is coming up next. And I know we're all excited to watch that. I know I am, because it's going to be a fantastic game. We're again going to be seeing Endgame rolling out, doing what Endgame does best, which is tournaments. And we're going to be seeing, I'm going to be seeing for the first time Ego. Not seen Ego play, not streamed them at all, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing how they hold out against Endgame. They got some pretty decent players. I mean, Triggerman was in the chat earlier. I don't know if he's still there, but previously of Jones, and then BPS, and now Ego. So it'd be interesting to see how they how they play against Endgame. Are they going to give Endgame, you know, a bit of a rubbing? So, Ego are already in. We're going out on Desert Sands. It is best of 7, so it's now the first to 5 victories, guys. 5 victories, not 3. So this one's a little bit longer. Endgame so far are on a clean sweep. They haven't lost a game, primarily. They did get a bye, I admit, which means they've only played 1 game this evening so far, and it was against N1. But that was some exciting stuff, and N1 did their best to try and contain. Where can you watch Raid and A1N1? Well, Raid and A1N1, I believe, is being streamed by Rolling Swarm, I believe. Let me just check that. I believe it's Rolling Swarm who's got Raid. He's down into Group 7, and I believe Group 7 is the group you need. Yes, it's Rolling Swarm. There you go. You see, I'm not shy in plugging other streamers. So, we, on the other hand, are watching Endgame against Ego. That's who we're watching. Endgame against Ego. No need to go and watch Raid. You want to stay and watch Endgame. I know you do. Well, someone's got a very loud car. Sorry about that. So we'll be jumping into the room very shortly. I'm just waiting for it to get down past the 3-minute mark, making sure that delay really does kick in. And now it does. So here we are. Endgame against Ego, rolling out on Desert Sands. I've got a rogue cat on my lap again. You can't stay on my lap because I have to do the controls for the camera, little pussycat. Come on, go on your chair. We will have Endgame going off on the north spawn here on Desert Sands, Ego on the south spawn. Now, as I said, I don't know Ego that well, so let's have a look at them. I have no idea how to say that, so I'm going to say Hades. I don't know how to say Hades. I know Bibby. I can say Bibby. Triggerman, yes. Harry is pretty straightforward for me. Sakamata. I like that name. That's a fun name, isn't it? Sakamata. Yep, know that one. I'm going to have to call you Miz. I'm going to have to call you Miz. Sorry, Miz. And I'm going to have to call you Traw. I'm sorry, Traw. So that's the Ego team. We have a Yo, 2 Yos, 3 Type 71s, a 215B, and a T100. That is what we've got lineup-wise for Ego. We've still got about a minute and a half, so no point going through the endgame lineup at this moment in time, because they're likely to change it. We're probably going to keep Milk in a Sheridan, but the others are likely to change those tanks. So endgame have a habit of changing their tanks at the last minute without trying to confuse us poor little streamers, because that's what they do. So we'll just wait out on that. Desert Sands, well, what can we expect on this map? Well, when you primarily look at those lineups, you think, they're not going to go into the desert. But that's not necessarily true. You may get a rush out towards the A cap there. They have got a T100 and they have got a 215B. And you may get the O's just holding off a little bit with the Type 71s going down the tracks. That's the sort of strat you may be considering for Ego. Moving over to Endgame, well, we've got 4 Type 71s, a T57 Heavy, a Sheridan, and an FE4202. 4202 with its HESH penetration and its damage can do a lot of damage out there. Plus, it's a pretty nifty little tank. Doubling up with the Sheridan can put a lot of pain in. And you're probably going to see a similar strat to Ego, but from the other side. It is, however, never easy to try and predict what these guys are going to do, mainly because they have multiple strats from each spawn on these maps. However, chances are it could be out into the desert with tanks coming through and under the bridge. We will find out very shortly. Hit points are in further of Ego. and further are in favour of Ego, but it's only 600, so it's not really much to talk about. Not in the grand scheme of things. Anyway, let's get up high to the back of the map. And already we can see that Sexy and Milk, Sheridan and FV are going where I kind of expected them to go, towards that A cap. What we're now looking at is also some movement over the top from the 57A and the Type 51 and the Type 71. However, Nico is coming down the tracks. What I didn't anticipate was Ego's strat there, overlooking the B cap and probably going for a C cap. Traw is heading to that C cap there. The Type 71s are just overlooking B. And R is just holding at the back. A cap has been taken by Endgame. They will get the early cap advantage. And they've also put a shot into Triggerman already, who's been bleeding a little bit, but not that much. Nico now, and they're trying to get the shots through. Very difficult shot, to be fair. It's not the easiest thing to do. And Sexy, again, bouncing the shots there. Milk has been smacked a little bit. C-Cap has been taken by Traw. Andrew came around to try and reset it. Wasn't able to. Traw managed to get that C-Cap, but they are down on the cap points, are Ego. Endgame just consolidating. They're overlooking the B-Cap, even though it may not look like that. They are. Anything drops into that B cap, then Endgame will be able to punish it. When you look at the likes of Reaction here, he's going to move down into a little bit of a better position. Nico is there as well. They will spot anything that goes down there. You can see there the 215B is now being pushed by Andar. Andar now pushing onto the 215B of Traw. Traw is going to be careful. He has dropped his reactive armor. Andar is staying particularly hauled down, whereas Traw is out in the open. So Traw has got to be careful. No movement otherwise from Ego. They're not trying to push into that cap just yet. Because they... Oh, that's a good shot from Orca. Coming across the map in the 57 Heavy. And as you can see, with the positioning that Endgame have got, they have got the cross shots onto that B cap if anything were to happen. And at the moment, Andar is just giving Traw a pretty hard time. Andar is going to be pretty difficult to penetrate there with the 215B, despite the fact he's got a great gun. Whereas the 215B is out in the open, not hauled down. And if Andar can get the top of that turret, he will do everything. You can see Nico in Reaction. Winch is there just as a coiled spring in case anything does go into the B cap. He can then double up with Reaction in Nico, along with Sexy, who's also at the back. Sheridan of Milk and the T-57 of Orca are just waiting. You can see that the Yos have just held back, which I did expect, to be fair. I just didn't expect the Type 71s to be sat in this position overlooking the B cap. Nico is spotted, but he was spotted anyway. He's looking for the Yos. That is what Nico is trying to do. He's trying to find those Hos. If he can find the Yos, then at least... Oh, and he's found all three. He's found three tanks. He's found the T100 and the Yo. Hades pushing over. Now they're looking to put shots into Nico here. And at the same time, they're pushing through. So we're going to leave Nico back down here. Triggerman down he goes, but so does Sexy. Sexy's down, so tank's down a piece. Bit of a brawl here. Reaction. Wow, he's reacting. He has got Winch with him. Orca's now coming round as well. They're looking to take down Traw. Traw, down he goes. At the same time, though, Nico went down on the other side. Two tanks down a piece. Endgame do have the points, however. And at the moment, they also have the hit points. Harry and Bibby trying to push over onto Winch. Winch is in a great little position here. And as you can see there, Nico did take some pretty amazing amount of HP away from Sakamata. So Bibby is got to be very careful here. B cap is being taken by Endgame. They're just consolidating that. Andar is there. Reaction is just covering. At the moment, Winch is just on the holding line, trying to bait over the Ego team to allow the 57 Heavy of Orca to put the shots in. Harry is going to push down on Orca. Orca is in a pretty safe position though. And as you can see here, the points are slowly ticking over, but the C cap is being taken. They did take the A cap, that was Miz. Oh, that's a big kill. Orca coming in and finishing off Harry. Harry did not anticipate that. Now Winch is able to push onto Bibby. Bibby is the... Oh no, he's going to look at Sakamata. Oh, he doesn't get the shot in. It bounces. Sakamata lives to fight another day. Gets a shot into Andar. Bibby is a one-shot. Winch should finish him off, and he does finish off Sakamata. Bibby is a one-shot. Down he goes, and now it's all over. Endgame get it. Only one shot left, and it was Hades. Again, wow, played by Endgame. But that was not the easiest of wins for them. Not going to lie, Ego did give them a bit of a tough time there. And they really did try their best to try and push through that area in the middle, down by the tracks into the sand area. Orca, however, 4.7k, showing devastation that the 57 Heavy in the right hands can do. Swapping those spawn points now here on Desert Sands. Endgame will go south spawn, Ego will go north spawn. It's 1-0 so far to Endgame. Remember, it's best of 5. Sorry, best of 7, so it's the first of 4 victories. First of 4 victories, not 5. I keep saying 5. First of 4 victories. Endgame, where we have a mouse. We have a Sheridan, we have a Type 71, a Chieftain Mark 6, a 60 TP, and a Type 71. We're just waiting for Sexy, who's currently in an M60. I don't know if he's rolling out in that. Moving over to Ego, well, we have a shed load, and I mean a shed load of Type 71s. In fact, we have 5 of them, a 215B and a Sheridan. Sexy has jumped into a Sheridan, joining up with Milk here. Winch at the moment is potentially in a Type 71. So, nope, he's changed to a Super Conqueror. This is really looking like a desert strat, to be honest with you, with a bit of mobility, with the exception, obviously, of the 60 TP and the mouse. But they have got a bit of ability there. A bit of mobility there with 2 Sheridans, a Chieftain, and a Super Conch. Plus, Chieftain and a Super Conch, very, very good haul down. I'm thinking that this is probably going to be an A and a B strat conjoined from Endgame. What with a mouse, or unless he's going to send it to the C strat. But it'd be interesting to see how Endgame are going to work that mouse. They know how to work the mouse. Believe that. So, getting up high to the back of the map. Now already we can see the 2 Sheridans, Milk and Sexy, are going to head straight for that middle area, get those early spots, and try and close down Miz in that Sheridan for Ego. Milk is chasing him down. He's looking to put the shot into Miz. Oh, he does get the shot in, but he takes one in return as well. Miz able to get out of there. Sexy, he does put a shot across, I think, but it didn't connect. Base A is being taken, but now it's not. Type 71s of Triggerman and Bibby on Ego, just holding back. Nico is just in a advanced position there, overlooking the B cap and trying to cover the bridge area. The rest of Ego pushing through to the A cap. Sakamata getting a good shot there into Reaction. Reaction having to back away. Winch and Orca now coming in. Winch leading the charge in that Super Conch with Orca just behind him. The 60 TP of Andar just at the back. Reaction having to get out of there, but he's got to be careful because right at the back here there were... Oh no, the Type 71s have moved. But Reaction is being pummeled. Down, however, goes Triggerman. Out he goes. Bibby now is being pushed by Nico in the mouse, who will finish him off, and he does. Miz is trying to get round. Sexy is looking to hunt him down in the Sheridan. Sakamata is trying to get out of the way of Nico. Nico is looking to put a roll into the side, or bow he does. Andar comes in and puts a roll in as well. A lot of hit points being lost there by Samata. Moving over, Orca is in a world of pain, and down goes Orca. Milk trying desperately to get shots across, but wasn't happening. Sakamata down he goes. So it's 3 against 6. This is going in favour of Endgame. There is literally nothing Ego can do about this now. There's just too many tanks and too much armour out there for Ego to do anything about it. Hades trying to go off against Winch, keep him there, whilst Traw and Harry come in, trying to put the shots into the back of Winch. But, oh, Traw goes down, courtesy of Sexy in the Sheridan. Came from nowhere. 2 against too many. Harry and Hades, can they hold on and take down a tank? No, they can't. Now it's just Harry left. Milk trying to get the ram. 2-0 to Endgame. That was a bit more focus from Endgame, a bit more controlled from them. Really putting the pressure onto Ego. You can see there the damage dished out by Endgame, 16,775 compared to the 8,500 581. We're now changing the maps, moving into Yukon. Yukon is the next map. We will have Endgame on the south spawn, Ego on the north spawn. Going to be some meta changes on both sides, I believe. Nico is staying in the mouse. Sexy is jumping in the 50B. He's not doubling up with anybody at this stage. Milk is in a Sheridan. Winch in a 260. Orca in a 263. And are in a FV4005. And Reaction potentially in a 215B. Moving over to Ego, we have Hades in a 71. Bibby in a 71. Harry in a 71. And Troy in a 71. Miz in a T100. Sakamata in a 60 TP. And Triggerman in a 60 TP. And Endgame, changing everything around again. Nico is doubling up with Sexy in a 50B. Winch is doubling up with Orca in a 50B. Milk is jumped into a TVP. What with its obscene DPM. And Reaction is in an FV4005, which is doubled up with Andar. Remember, it's the first of 4 wins in a best of 7. At the moment, we have Endgame 2-0 up. If they can win this game, they go into match point. Ego, however, will be looking to spoil that if they can and drag themselves back into the game where possible. Is it possible against Endgame? Opening round of the PYS? Opening round of the autumn season? I don't know, is the honest answer. Time will tell. What I do know, with all those 50Bs, FVs, 2 FVs, 4 50B and a 50 and a TVP, there's a lot of potential pain out there. But there's also a lot of reload time. There's a lot of vulnerability with those long reloads. Let's not kid ourselves. So we have Endgame en masse heading towards that B cap, trying to take down the T100 LT. Milk in the TVP has got the legs to get up there. Miz is running away, and quite rightly so. He doesn't know what is behind Milk. And look at Endgame just ploughing through. This is an iron fist push. They are looking to get round the back into Bibby, and if those 50Bs can work their magic, it is going to be really, really painful. Ego having to rotate back through their spawn. They do not have the cap advantage. However, they may, but you can see there, Winch is just holding out to allow. Oh, look at that. Tapping down onto Harry. Down he goes. Nico is now on his long reload and he is very vulnerable. Winch was just trying to hold back to try and give Nico enough time to reload. He didn't. Andar is trying to get out of there. Bring the tanks onto Reaction, who's also on a long reload. Miz is down, but so is Andar and Nico. Bibby is chasing down. I'm going to leave that battle for the moment and get back over to the middle. Orca and Sexy and Winch all desperately low. Nico, oh, Winch taking it down. Milk also taking down these auto-loaders with their massive amount of DPM when they're all firing in conjunction with each other is just devastating. Sakamata taking down Sexy there. Milk is on his long reload. Sakamata is also reloading, but I think Milk should reload just quicker. Bibby and Sakamata are the last two standing. I didn't know if this was going to work, but with the coordinated fire, it's kind of working for them here, Endgame. And Milk trying to get all the shots in. Now Winch is fully loaded, so is Orca. Poor old Sakamata is going to feel the pain of the 50Bs. He does, however, manage to get a shot into Milk. Down he goes. Bibby is the last man standing in the 71. Let's get down with Winch's viewpoint. Winch is on a long reload, to be fair, but he does have Orca behind him, and he's going to try and hold him there while Orca puts the shots in. One, can he get second? No, he doesn't. The TVP of Milk comes round, and it's 3-0. Match point advantage to Endgame. You very rarely see that full team of long loading auto loaders, but boy, did they make effective use for them. The thing about Endgame is when their focus fire is on point, it really is on point. And I would not have liked to have been in the Ego team facing off against that. It's just, wow, difficult. Anyway, we are now swapping those spawn points. Match point to endgame. They are on the north spawn. Ego desperately trying to claw their way back into the game. They are on the south spawn. And you can see here, it's a mouse strat. Although Milk did not get the memo at the moment. I don't know if it's going to be a mouse strat. I don't really think... Are they going to go out in 6 mouses? Possibly. Endgame are endgame. They do surprising things. Ego, on the other hand, well, they've gone for a different lineup. 2 and 5 Bs, and Bibby didn't get the memo. Bibby's been benched for not getting the memo, and Tank has come in, but he hasn't got the memo either. He's in a T95. Milk not getting the memo, hasn't loaded a mouse. He's loaded a Leo 1. Tank not getting the memo. He's in a T95. Everybody else is in a 215 B. Doesn't really matter. I mean, okay. I mean, you know, both the teams wanted to get into the final because of the points that you get. I don't think either of them are going to break a blood vessel over this. To be honest with you, they've secured themselves nicely at pretty much at the top of the leaderboards. They're not going to be too upset. Ego here. Anyway, Endgame clearly got the HP advantage, mainly because they've got a lot of mouses, apart from Milk, who's in a leopard. The rest of them are going to be slow, lumbering hunks of Krupp steel. Whereas Milk is going to be fast. And you can see there that Endgame are just heading towards the centre. Milk, he's going to try and get the spots. There's a lot of 215 Bs out there. And he's going to spot them and then run away. And he just spotted Thor. Where there's one, there's many, says Milk. He's out of there. All the mouses pushing through. And we can see here that the 215Bs are they're all staying together basically on opposite sides of the map at the moment. The cap advantage will, however, go to Ego, I think. Yes, it does, because not enough mouses in the cap. However, mouses are consolidating. They're not really moving too far from their spawn, but their mouses. Carolade and Reaction are moving. Orca and Widge and Nico going back to the spawn, waiting for the 215Bs, who have got to focus onto these lumbering hit point beasties. And they're looking to... They haven't picked a tank to focus yet. They've got the shots into Orca, and now Winch. But it's going to take them an eternity to whittle these tanks down. They're doing well, though. They're knocking the HP out of these guys. And over the other side of the map, we're just going to leave that little tussle for the moment. Over the other side of the map, Carolade and Reaction are trying to give Hades a hard time in his 215B. Milk is there also. I don't think Hades is going to survive this battle. Although Carolade is very low, and Troll should be able to take him, and he does. And Triggerman has come round, tried to help out. Leave that battle, those two, and move back over here. Harry's also helping out. They've sort of left over. They've left the 215B of Sakamata and Miz over here. They do take down Andar, but now they could be finding themselves in a bit of pain. So it's 3 tanks down for Ego, 2 tanks down for Endgame. Winch and Orca here, just trying to toy with Sakamata. Nico putting a shot in. Back over the other side though. Nico set Sakamata on fire. So it's 3 against 4. And Triggerman getting a bit of a pummeling there from Nico. Troy is a one-shot, potentially. Yeah, he is a one-shot to the mouses. Winch is, well, still pretty healthy. Orca's still pretty healthy. And Nico's still pretty healthy. They have got the points. Thor is a one-shot. Triggerman is very healthy. Harry has just lost some hit points, but he's still got half left. Nico is going to push onto him. He's got a Hawker behind him when he needs him. I say when he needs him because he's a mouse. It takes time to get to anywhere you need to go. Basically. Anyway, they're pushing through. You can see there Triggerman trying to chase down Milk. Winch will chase down Troll as much as a mouse can. Oh no, he puts a shot into Triggerman, but it doesn't connect. Milk is going to be giving Triggerman a hard time here. But Triggerman should be able to finish him off with a Hesh roll, and he does. So now it's 3 against 2. So you change that. It's not. There's only one left, and it's Triggerman. Can he do it? Can he turn it around? Triggerman in the 215B, bouncing Winch in the mouse. He has got Orca and Nico to contend with, to be honest with you. Oh, and he bounces Winch. Winch just angling that turret. And this is a crazy lineup, got to admit. Oh, Winch bouncing, but now Orca and Nico, finally, because they're not quick, these mouses, finally are turning up. And Triggerman doing whatever he can to get the shots in. Gets a shot into there. Orca, can he finish at least one of them off? He has got the DPM. Nico is very healthy. And he bounces Winch again. Orca's coming around the side. Nico's just trying to get the bomb plate. Tracked by Winch. Tracked again. And then triple tapped. And it's all over. Endgame. They take it. 4-0. Clean sweep today for Endgame. With their crazy Yukon strats. I'd like to see others copy that. It would be quite funny indeed. So congratulations to Endgame, commiserations to Ego. And that be the end of my view of the tournament. However, let's have a look at the door, at the score, shall we? See what else has happened, if anything. Let's get the scoreboard up and running so we can see. Group 1 final goes to Pink, beating OGT 4-0. Third place goes to Win, beating Oxygen 4-2. Group 2, Jokes turning over First Alliance 4-0, and the match for third place is still being fought over. Down to Group 3, that final is still taking place. Aptly, however, turning over EQ 4-2. So ASN and Legion are still fighting it out in that final. Moving down, we have no results in Group 4. In Group 5, TTT turning over Charm and Tournament turning over 1B. Those are results. So Charm coming second, TTT first, Tournament third. Moving down even further. Still no result in the final in Group 6. MFG turning over Booty, though, to get third place. 7. Raid and A1N1 are still out there fighting away. That's on Rolling Stream Swarm. The Rolling Swarm stream. Rewind. Match for third place, Haggy turning over SOJO. Group 8. Vale coming in third, turning over Who. And Jezu and Pog are still fighting it out there. So Vale. My clan Vale managing to grab something back from that disaster in the middle part of this tour where they went down 3-0 in the semi-final. Down to Group 9. Cash turned over by Dirty Morty, 4-1, and Quick turning over M1A1's Concordia, 4-1 as well. Keeping it down into Group 10. APA and CHRD are still tussling it out. BTD turning over PWNZ, 4-2 to grab third place down in Group 10. Group 11. Well, Serenity turning over IKPA 4-0, and UniQQ turning over Ukto 4-0 also to grab that third place. We've just seen Group 13, but Group 12. Wow, it's BPS against Zenith. Zenith beating Imor 3-1 to get into the final, and they are now against BPS's top team. Imor, however, grabbing that third place spot against UZ Pro. And the final grouping, Group 14, BPS turning over Phoenix and DM turning over 7PTC. That is the standings as they are at the moment, guys. I mean, I could stay on for the next 30 minutes, but there's no point, to be honest with you. Some of the other streamers are still out there streaming away as they do. So I advise all of those who still want to see some action, get over to those games that are still out there and go and try and catch what you can, when you can, how you can. This is it for me for the moment. I shall, however, be back tomorrow, I believe. Tomorrow, I think, definitely tomorrow, where I will be doing a special Halloween stream. That is tomorrow. Special Halloween stream where you can win some freebies. I've got some tanks to give away. Who knows what you could win? So it will only go to subscribers though, guys. So you have to subscribe, and I'll know if you're a subscriber because you only people who are subscribed can talk in the chat. That's tomorrow, so keep your eyes open for that. You can win a free tank. One of 4, could be a Dracula, could be a Housing, could be a Lycan, or it could be a Pharaoh. Who knows? You will find out if you join the stream tomorrow and you're lucky enough to win. Until then, guys, tournament-wise, I'm back on... When? I'm back on the 29th for PYS number 2, stage number 1. Where the tournaments kick off all over again. So until then, everybody, thank you for popping by. Thank you for joining my stream. I hope you enjoyed that. I know I did. Congratulations to all those clans who are winners today. Commiserations to all those who didn't quite make it. However, second place, third place, good enough maybe. We've still got a lot of PYSs to go. A lot of tournament gameplay to go. Anything can happen. Nothing really is sorted in PYS number 1. Time will tell. We're back for more action, as I said, tomorrow on the Halloween stream, and then back for more tournament action on the 29th. Until then, it's goodbye from me, and thank you all for joining. And a big, big, big thank you to all my stream moderators who have kept the chat beautiful and lovely for each and every one of you out there. They are truly the unsung heroes of the stream. Until then, guys, cheerio and have a good whatever rest of the evening, daytime, whatever day you happen to be in. I'm out of here. Cheerio and bye for now.